Hi Internet, I'm John Appleseed. Welcome to my YouTube channel where we do a daily crossword puzzle. And today we have the Saturday Stumper for Saturday the 24th of January 2026. This one constructed by David P. Williams and edited as usual by Stanley Newman. This is meant to be more difficult than your typical New York Times crossword puzzle, and I usually struggle with it quite a bit. So no theme typically for a Saturday Stumper, just very difficult and misleading clues for all the answers. Want to cross our world records. Not sure. One down, operatic soprano from Charleston. No, two down is frequent launching locale. Pier comes to mind. Three down, web design. It could be a spider web. There's always different ways to interpret the clues in these, especially with the Saturday Stumper. Four down, Terra chips variety. Don't know that. Five down, set off an alarm. To trip an alarm. Don't know. 13 across, person going native with a question mark. No, 16 across, seasonal flyer. So a goose. Canada goose or something, a specific kind of bird? Or is it like a snowbird? 19 across, sorry, oratorical asset. No. Okay. We're off to a slow start, but that's usual. I think we'll find a place to dig in at some point. 17 down is money that had una cornucopia in aluminio. Una cornucopia is a cornucopia, a horn of plenty. This could be Spanish or Italian. Aluminio. I think the Spanish is aluminio for aluminum. So maybe this is Italian. So maybe it was a lira. The lira coin might have had an aluminum cornucopia on it. I'm not sure about that. 6 across, yet to be resolved. No. 6 down is annual rank and file rituals. 7 down is inedible waffle. So waffle can mean to dilly-dally, to dither on making a decision, but I'm not quite sure what that is getting at. 8 down, limits of navigation. No, and 9 down, put off. 14 across is all of Vatican City. It is completely surrounded by Rome, but technically it's separate from Rome, so I'm not sure about that. Or is it the Latin word for all? Latin would be spoken in the seat of the Catholic Church, so omni might fit. Seasonal flyer. An oratorical asset. 22 across is forum crowd. Again, we might be looking at a Latin word there, forum in Rome. Not sure. Okay, 10 across, cold cut. Nope, 15 across, sweat spot. A spot where you sweat like a sauna. Don't know. 18 across, lift on wheels. 20 across is abundance in a phrase. Plenty, horn of plenty, P-L-E-N-T-Y, fits. I'm going to go ahead and put that in. I try and avoid putting things in unless I'm really confident about them because it misleads me later on. 23 across, mini arsenal of a sort. No, 9 down is put off. 21 down is small dogs in small blankets. Lap dogs could be laps, possibly. 15 down, face with fortitude. To face adversity with fortitude is to prevail. No. Emulating peacock feathers for 10 down. Shimmering, or peacock feathers have that kind of shimmery luminescent quality. 11 down, C student at work. A C student would be an average student, or it could be a computer science who's learning the programming language C. No. 12 down, dairy products. Yeah, I'm doubting plenty. Dairy products. 23 across is the mini arsenal, and 22 across is foreign crowd. Okay, didn't get much on the top. 24 across, quality time and physical touch per Psychology Today. This sounds like something like love languages. But I don't know what the answer is. 29 across, rally up. Nope, 34 across, resistance fighter. Could be something to do from electrical engineering, something that fights resistance in an electrical circuit. 37 across, point of a tool is its use. Could be very literally that. 24 down, stand out. 25 down, well-born thing that becomes light, per Ovid. A burden well-born eventually becomes light. I see that might be a poetic way to describe life. Maybe onus is a word for a burden that Ovid might have used. 26 down, Gen Z created atmospheric gauges. No idea. 27 down. Oh wait, atmosphere can be the vibe. Could it be vibe checks? Here, let's get a vibe check on this club. Yeah, that's a Gen Z atmospheric gauge. Okay, I like that. Yeah, maybe this is love languages. I didn't know that was from Psychology Today. I thought that was from a kind of a popular book. Okay, let's take out, what did I have there? Laps, yeah. Pugs is another kind of dog. Would they be in, or small hot dogs could be pigs in a blanket. I think this is pigs, yeah, a lot of misdirection there. Okay, 29 across, rally up. To unite, maybe. 24 down, stand out. Stand out. It's lush, no. Grande vacances time. You take the great vacation in the summertime in France, August specifically. The French word for summer is été. Resistance fighter. Is it a tube somehow? Or lube. A lubricant would fight the resistance of friction. Okay, then something is a real Lulu. It stands out. It's notable. Point of a tool is its use. The reason you use it is to use it. That is what it's used for. Okay, 30 across, results of good tipping. A couple different ways to interpret tipping. 35 across is intro of the earliest times. No. 38 across, visionary strategy. No. And 40 across, defendant in double jeopardy. I'm reading because my head is blocking that, but it's jeopardy, yeah. I like the New York Times and Los Angeles Times. Typically, the clue that you have highlighted, of the square you're highlighted, the clue will appear above the grid. But for this software that is used for the Saturday Stumper, we have to read the clues over here. So I sometimes will move my head if I have to. I think we can figure out the clue usually. 23 across is erstwhile patent. And the 23 down is erstwhile patent medicine. 23 across is mini arsenal. I've looked at these acrosses. 6 down is annual rank and file rituals. Is that something like your annual review or something that you get as a worker bee? 28 down, wishful thinking, advocate. A genie who appears and gives you 3 wishes is advocating for you to think of what wishes you want to be granted, I guess. 23 down, erstwhile patent medicine, snake oil or something like that. 30 across is results of good tipping, intro of the earliest times, and visionary strategy. Okay, let's move over here. 31 across is fox blank. Don't know. 36 across, la blanque patrie, France to the French. The great fatherland. Patrie is where we get the word patriotic from. I would say it was grande, but that does not fit. 39 across, drum or dance. No. 39 down, documentary verb. 36 down is short self-identification. It's me. No. 10 down was emulating peacock feathers. Does it end in ing, perhaps? 32 down, force of nature. And 33 down, hold up. Okay, well, we had luck with this little section, but that's not helping us out in the rest of the puzzle so far. 40 across, defendant in double jeopardy. No, 43 across, broken records often. 45 across, strove to lighten up. No, 51 across, word from Old English for graze. I would say maybe snack kind of fits, but we need one fewer letter than is in snack. Graze, nope. 54 across, polar opposites of penguins. There's a polar bird called an auk. So maybe penguin is a South Pole bird and a North Pole bird might be an auk. Is it? What happened there? I think it's with a U. It could be a W. Auks. 57 across, circles kept in squares. No, 45 down is commercial offering. And 43 down, crunch. Kin. A crunch is an abdominal exercise. Let's put in sit up there. Circles kept in squares. Going through the alphabet in my mind to try and figure out what that could be. LP records, long playing record. An old physical record album was kept in a square-shaped cardboard sleeve. Commercial offering. A deal. Strove to lighten up. Dieted. Lighten up your weight. Etch. So maybe this is graze, like to touch lightly at a shallow angle. I think that's what you do with the acid to etch something. 41 down, promissory procedures. Oaths are procedures you use to make a promise. They are promissory procedures. 43 across, broken records. Shards. If you had an LP and broke it, it would shatter into shards. Possibly. 38 down, fly. Or other fake food. Okay, so I think this is a fishing lure. It's fake food to fool the fish. 38 across, visionary strategy. Maybe LASIK is a strategy you implement in order to get better vision. Okay? Defendant in double jeopardy. So double jeopardy is when you are tried for the same crime twice, or if you argue that you're innocent of one crime, then you're automatically guilty of another, something like that. Does it have something to do with a court, with a court of law? 35 down, beachfront construction. Some kind of deck or a hard intro of the earliest times. Hence could be an introduction used in earlier times. I'm not sure about that. Okay, 23 down. Erstwhile patent medicine. No. Results of good tipping. An intro of the earliest time. And 6 down is annual rank and file rituals. Rank and file makes me think of a worker bee. What else could rank and file mean? Chess pieces or chess boards are organized into ranks and files. Is it some kind of chess match thing? 9 down is put off. Nope, 39 across, drum or dance. 44 across, blank candy, could be arm candy or eye candy. 46 across, worth following. Nope, 52 across, questionable. Nope, 55 across, must, and 58 across, where many micro producers market merchandise. I think a micro producer is kind of like a cottage industry, somebody who makes crafts in their basement or garage, and they might sell those on Etsy. A little bit of a guess there. Beachfront construction. Is it a dune? A sand dune? Is not really a construction. Well, the sea constructs it, I guess, or makes it. So I don't know what the defendant in double jeopardy is, but it could begin with counter or counted. Questionable. Must might be need. Goal backer is the net. There's usually a net in the back of a soccer goal. 46 down, one of the printmakers to the American people. Is that Currier and Ives? It'll really be like a picture print by Currier and Ives. So I think Currier and Ives were known as printmakers to the American people at one time. I don't know if that was their official slogan, but it could be. Questionable is unverified. Yeah, I like that. That fits with Ives. Then erstwhile patent medicine could be some kind of remedy, of a folk remedy, or a, what kind of remedy would it be? Worth following. No, 42 down, pursued properly. Well, 39 down, documentary verb. 47 down is what Diana Ross wore in the 70s. Could be her hairdo, an afro. 48 down, anagram of Timberlake. Minus take Mr. So we take the letters T-A-K-E-M-R out of that. And I can get some crossing letters for that. I'm bad at anagrams. 49 down, keel over. Nope, and 50 down, revolutionary movement. I feel like that's an orbit, one go around. Can't think of anything that would fit there. So could it be like a rebel movement, a revolutionary movement, like a guerrilla ideology or something? Let loose for 56 across. That could be a past tense verb. I let him loose. I freed him. 59 across. Golden, yellow, creamy, savory. Sounds like words to describe butter. Is it buttery? No. 39 down is documentary verb. That might begin. Something if I. Yolky, like an egg yolk. Might be golden yellow, creamy, savory. 48 down. I'm going to have to write, I feel like I need to write this down. If we take out MR, we get Timberlake. And we take out the T and the A, we get Ibla. We'd still have L-I-E-B. Yeah, I don't know. Keel over. So an eddy could be a movement of water revolving around a point, an eddy, okay? I'm going to try Yoki. To keel over is to die or to what? We're not taking a B out of Timberlake, so a B would be left. I think that's B-I-E-L. I think those are the letters. I don't know if that's the right order. Worth following is imitable, able to be imitated or worthy of being imitated. Oh, another anagram. Keel over, reversed is leak. Okay, nothing about the verb keeling over, but it's just the word, letters. K-E-E-L, reversed is a leak. All right, we're getting into cryptic crossword territory with that one. If something was done properly, it was a process that was pursued properly, it was fair. Defendant in double jeopardy, a counterfeiter. He's in jeopardy because he made a double of whatever it was he was counterfeiting. That is okay. That works. I'll accept that. Ear candy? That's not one of the ones I guessed, but I guess that could be like a bubblegum pop song or something. Could be ear candy. Documentary verb could be to certify something, provide documentary proof of it. 39 across, drum or dance. Both, conga is a kind of drum and a kind of dance. 39, 36 down, short. Self-identification. Is this moi? There's nothing in the clue about it being in French. Moi means me in French. It is a short self-identification. I guess Miss Piggy would use it kind of ironically in English. Moi. Self-identified. Okay. Yeah, maybe this is iridescent for like peacock feathers. Is there only one R in iridescent? Maybe, or maybe it's some word kind of like iridescent, but with a different beginning. La même patrie, the very fatherland. Force of nature could be an urge, a natural desire to do something. Fox cub, I guess, makes sense. And hold up is to bear something. Oh, la mère patrie, the mother fatherland, really. Patrie is a feminine word, but it comes from the word for father. It's one of those weird things about language that intrigue me so much, which is why I enjoy crossword puzzles. So I guess it's the mother, but patria really means fatherland, the land of patrimony. Yeah, so the mother fatherland, I guess, la mère patrie. I'll accept that as well. Okay, cold cut, is that ice? For 10 across, ice would be cold. Why is it a cut? To ice someone could be to cut them, I guess. Sweat spot. I still feel like this is something like a sauna or an ashram, or what's a four-letter word for a place where you sweat? Lift on wheels. Nope. Abundance. In a phrase. And a mini arsenal of a sort. And those are clicking. What kind of remedy is this erstwhile patent medicine? Results of good tipping. So if you, I feel like this is not tipping your server or your bartender. It's like tipping a boat or tipping something over. No. Since earlier times, since the earliest times, I'm not crazy about that, but it kind of fits. Annual rank and file rituals. A quick remedy. Quiver is a mini arsenal of arrows, Quiver of arrows would be, a quack remedy. Yeah, okay. A quack remedy is kind of a nostrum, something that doesn't really work but is sold. Results of good tipping. And put off. Put off can mean to defer something to a later date. It can also mean to disgust or repel someone. Does it end in U8? Graduate, or... And what would be the result of good tipping? Beats of a drum? This might be some kind of lists, like a Dean's List or something like that. Leaps? Leafs? I don't know what that is. Okay. Let's try up here again. One across is world records, like maps, records of the world. An atlas would contain records of various countries of the world. Soprano, operatic soprano from Charleston. Is this the name of a specific singer? Or is it a role? Like Porgy and Bess? Porgy and Bess was set in the South, maybe in Charleston. I'm sure Bess was a soprano role. I love you, Porgy, don't let him take me. Don't let him handle me and drive me mad. So I think Porgy and Bess kind of works there. One across. So world records. Person going native. Like an emigre? No. 16 across. Seasonal flyer. Does it have the name of a season in it, like spring, P-R-I-N-G, a spring chicken or something? Oratorical asset. Could be like a silver tongue or turn of phrase. 2 down. Frequent launching locale. Something is launched from, like a rocket is launched from like Cape Canaveral or Houston, something like that. 3 down. Web design. A web is a network. 4 down. Terra chips. Is it corn? I don't know much about Terra chips. Set off an alarm. Toggle an alarm. The forum crowd. Is this an internet forum? All. I'm just going to try omni as a Latin word for all. Annual. I feel like it's got to be some kind of list, like a Christmas list. Rank and file rituals. Why is rank and file in there? Waffle is a kind of knit. A waffle knit sweater or shirt. It would be inedible. Limits of navigation. Is it the ins and outs or lanes? Does it end in an S? Put off. Results of good tipping. I think it's something to do with leaves or leaks. Like a reporter getting a tip from a source that might result in a published leak, maybe. Put off. Yeah, I'm not sure about any of that. Face with fortitude is to brave a situation. I braved the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Sweat spot. A bead of sweat is a bit of sweat, a spot of sweat. Or is it opalescent? Could this be an L? It says, we have a veritable plethora, a sea of C student at work. And dairy products. Could this be moose? Something that is produced at a dairy farm, other than milk and cheese. And if it were moose, then what is the cold cut? Dairy products. Cows? A lift on wheels, or to lift something up on wheels is to roll it? We've got not getting it. I'm not getting it. World records. Pretty sure about Bess. Porgy and Bess. A person who is going native is something like an ethno. I'm gonna take out lira. Startle? To startle someone could be to alarm them. Is this some kind of goose? The ins and outs are the limits of navigation. I'm not sure about that. Waffle, waffle, waffle. Bonus lists? List of who's getting a bonus or a pay raise? Two's company, three's a crowd. Tre, the Italian word for three. And now I like lira again. Oratorical asset. World records, yeah, like an S ending. They are the bests. The best of something is the record. An expat, an expatriate, would be going native in their new home. Frequent launching locale. An ex what? The exit is where you launch out of wherever you are. I'm not sure. Web design, is that spinning? To design a web is to spin it. Taro chips are a thing? Is that what that is? Seasonal flyer. Sonority is a sonorous voice, which would be an asset when orating. An expo, an exposition, is where you might launch a product. Okay, let's try spin for web design, and then a spiral. A seasonal flyer is a spiral. What? Top 10 lists are annual rituals where you rank things, and they appear in the New Year's Eve issue of a magazine. Okay. Inedible. Waffle. Is this a spiral pass in football? I may, if you're waffling on something, you're not making a decision, you say, I may do it. Okay? And that is not the kind of waffle that you eat. Yet to be resolved. It is TBD. It is up in the air. I may. Yet to be resolved. A game is tied. It needs to go into overtime to resolve it. Limits of navigation, there is an N, a letter N at either end of navigation. Those are the limits of the word navigation. Okay, so what is this? Put off is to dissuade. Okay, so not a leak that the reporter might publish, but a tipster might give a reporter a lead. Good tipping would lead to a lead for a reporter or a detective or something. Okay. Dissuade. I have it in spades is a phrase to indicate something is abundant. Geodescent, like a geode rock, has that shimmery effect. Okay. Cold cut. And dairy product. And C student at work. Is this maybe a coder? Could be somebody who studied C and then got a job. So now they're at work and their job is a coder. Lift on wheels. A hot rod or a bead of sweat. Cold cut. GC something. To brave something is to face it with fortitude. I like that. Geodescent. Have I got that wrong? Sweat spot. If we go back with coder. What else is somebody who might use computer language? And then what are dairy products? Lift on wheels. Oh, I just can't quite finish it. I think the rest is correct. This is my ride. I'm waiting for a ride. It's on wheels. I like rolls. Bead of sweat. Are these high density lipoproteins that might be a product of consuming too many dairy products? Holy cow, I don't think that's right. Cold cut. I'm going through the alphabet in my mind. Is there anything that would fit in there? And I can't think of it. Oh, we're so close. So now's about the time when I think I'm going to have to use a hint to finish this. Or if I weren't recording this, I'd probably just put it aside and think about it for a while. I'm so confident about sweat spot. A bead of sweat just makes so much sense. Lift on wheels. I like roll for that. In spades is the phrase to indicate something is abundant. Quiver, love languages. Dissuade has to be right. Okay, so is there anything I could look up? And usually there isn't. C student at work and dairy products. If this were moose. Cold cut. Is it a gem? Okay, I think I'm going to have to use a cheat. Let's reveal sweat spot. I'm going to reveal the word. Click on the little eyeball. Okay, yes. Ease the sweat by the sweat of my brow. Okay, yes, that is the spot where you sweat, isn't it? Okay. So then what is, if we put coder back in, use, female sheep are produced on a dairy. This is my ride. We put iridescent back in and ice for the cold cut. I'm not quite sure I understand that, but it is iridescent with one R. Why did I change that? I think because I put in bead and I was so proud of it. Okay, I think I will finish the puzzle. There we go. I didn't solve it. I had to use a cheat. Sweat on my brow. Yeah, I should have thought of that. But I kept thinking of a sauna or a place where you sweat. Okay, so overthinking that one. That was very difficult. hide for yet to be resolved. I think there were 2 or 3 clues like this where it wasn't literal. It was a cryptic crossword kind of thing. Limits of navigation. What was another one? We had a straight up anagram here, and then there was one that was keel over leak, for just reverse the letters L-E-E-K. Okay, that was tough. Vibe checks. That was actually a very clever clue. I liked that. It made me chuckle a little bit inside. Counterfeiter, for someone in double jeopardy. They're in jeopardy for creating a double. Oh, all very good clues. I should have been able to get brow. I feel bad for that. I had coder. I didn't think of use. I had iridescent, and I even had it spelled correctly at one point. And that should have, if I'd left in iridescent and coder, then ride probably would have come. I had ice in there at one point too, but I just can't. Why is it a cut? To ice something is to cut it. I'm not sure I understand that. And then yolky. Not a good clue. Golden yellow, creamy, savory is yolky. I guess like a flan or some kind of custard that has extra yolk in it. Like maybe French vanilla ice cream has extra yolk, which makes it yellow, creamy, and savory. Okay, well, that was a good one. I should have been able to solve it. I didn't, so that's on me. But I hope you enjoyed watching. If you tried this one on your own, please let me know how you did. I'd be interested in hearing about that in the comments. So please come back for more puzzles and games, and I'll see you next time.